Hello friends and welcome to my channel. It's been a while. Today I am planning out the week of February 13th through the 19th using this Scribble Prince Co. kit. And of course I don't know what it's called because I'm terrible. But this was the week that I went to Disney World and Universal Studios Orlando with Jessica of Miss RoseyPlans, which is very exciting. And this kit, like I said, is from Scribble Prince Co. And I did get the add-ons in the extra color, and I did buy a separate kit, which I did end up needing to use for this week, and you all can use my code Rosey10 to save 10% off at Scribble Prince Co. And then I went ahead and pulled in this foil from Alicia Craft. I have a link down below to save you some money if you've never shopped with her before, and it is just perfect for this spread. Before we go ahead and get further into this video, grab a snack, grab a beverage. We're going to be here for a second. This spread, just because we did it so much, took so much extra time, it's basically like 3 spreads worth in one. There's a million extenders, and just to save some time, I even went ahead and planned out my boxes off camera to try to help with the time, and it's still super long. So I want to make sure you're prepared, you're comfortable, and you're ready to like hang out for a bit, because this is obviously a very fun and different week. Yeah. So first off, this spread took a while to get up, just because I wanted to have the scripts foiled for it. I'm kind enough to have friends in the sticker world that let me essentially format my own scripts, email them the font, and then purchase like something in their shop, and essentially they foil them for me. And these were foiled by Randy, and she's just amazing and is a boss babe, and her shop is doing really well, and she had a ton of orders, so they took a second to get to me. And they literally arrived today, the day that I'm filming this voiceover, which is Wednesday, March 15th. So it's been 1 month since this trip, and I'm so happy to be doing this voiceover right now. I honestly am starving and should have eaten dinner before filming this voiceover, but I was just too excited not to. And my goal is to get this plan with me up tomorrow, March 16th, for my normal Thursday upload. So hopefully we do it. And the scripts are stunning. I will have the font link down below, and any videos relevant to this one linked in the eye in the top right hand corner of this video up above. And also I will have any discount codes linked in the description box down below. If you have any questions, because I might get carried away chit-chatting and I might not say where a sticker is from, so if you want to know where a sticker is from, or if you have any other questions, feel free to leave a comment down below, and I'd be more than happy to get back to you. I will say there are a couple errors in this spread. For one, on Monday, for the video, I put my 2022 favorites went live. However, that's not true. That was the next Monday. It was actually my February kit lineup, so I'm just going to switch those scripts in the weeks. It's fine. And then there's a typo, like, I'm sure there's more than one, but I know Randy fixed a couple that I made, but I caught one when I was laying my scripts down. For the Little Mermaid attraction, mermaid doesn't have a D on the end of it. So just to, give you those little, like, Easter eggs to look out for, because I personally know I like looking for mistakes in, like, movies, films, playing with me's, etc. It makes me happy when I spot them. So there you go. I'll just like out myself on those. If you're wondering how I do these extenders, because there's a ton of them, I have 2 extender hack videos already posted that I can link, or you can just search my channel for them. But I actually came up with a new hack in this video, and I didn't film it. because it wasn't born out of inspiration, but more of sheer panic. So I was actually pulling scripts for the next week, and then I realized that, I don't know how to explain this. So my sticker book, you know when you like open up a book flat so that pages are open on both sides, you can see like the back of the previous page and then like the page you're on. Well, when I was laying down the day by day for these stickers, I had like the book completely folded over, so I was only looking at the page I was on, and the back of the previous page was like touching the floor, if that makes sense. And I forgot that I'd put some stickers on one of the backs of the previous pages because they didn't fit on the page I was on, and I missed them. And I realized I missed them, and I was like, oh shoot, what am I going to do? I didn't even think about filming it. I didn't even think about turning on the camera. I was just in sheer panic that I left 2 items off of a day, and I didn't know what I was going to do about it because it just involved like rearranging literally everything. Everything would have had to be on different stickers. So I panicked and I made it work. You will see it at the end, and if you all want a video on how to do that, I can definitely do that. It's just kind of like 2 hacks in one though. It's like a normal extender like all of these are, and then a half extender like you'll see me put on Monday kind of in the day by day. So, but I can definitely do another video if you all want to know. Of course, just request it down below. But this week was just awesome. It was such a great trip. Jessica and I lucked out with the weather. It didn't rain once, and it didn't get above 85, and it didn't get below like 60. It was perfect weather-wise. I wasn't sweating my face off, which was amazing. We also didn't get kicked by any children this trip, which was great. Definitely appreciated that. However, it was really crowded. Turns out that President's Weekend is the third busiest weekend of the year at Universal, so yay for us. Also, this trip did encompass 3 different holidays. One of them is on this week, which is Valentine's Day. Well, I should say 4. Valentine's Day, one of my best friend's birthdays. She's no longer with us, but I'm still going to count that. President's Day, and then Mardi Gras. So it was just like a holiday-packed trip as well as just a busy, amazing trip. We took a tour one day of Magic Kingdom that was called the Keys to the Kingdom tour, and this is like a super backstage kind of ruin the magic kind of tour. If you don't like to know secrets of magic, of the trade, of how things work, do not do this tour. I'm not going to spoil any of it for you in case you don't like the magic ruined, except for we did get to go to the Utilidor, which this isn't really like magic, but it's just essentially these tunnels that is for utility and like a corridor for cast members to access whatever land they're working in that is under the park, and that was the coolest thing ever to get to see the Utilidor in person because I've heard about it so much. And if you don't know, I'm a Disney freak, okay? Like with a capital F. I'm obsessed with Disney, everything Disney. The movies, the parks, the history of the animatronics, the history of the innovation, the history of Walt and Roy, like everything like that. Also, Raleigh Crump passed away this week real time, and he was an Imagineer that was responsible for just a ton in the parks. So this was a really cool tour, and I loved every second of it. So if you're into that kind of stuff, I think it was totally worth the money. Also, we got to go on to attractions like VIP status, and that was just something I will never forget. So Jessica and I definitely want to take more tours in the future just because of how bomb.com that experience was. Also, something non-related to Disney that happened this week. It actually happened the day that I left for Disney. My dad came over because I obviously wasn't going to be here, and my gym floor was installed this week and was finished, and I love it. It is so much better than the shag carpeting that was in that bedroom. So much better to work out on. Let's see, I'm trying to think of some like other big things that happened. Also, in case you're wondering, this trip coincidentally, we didn't even know that we were going to be at this resort, like, for Mardi Gras. It just, like, by coincidence, this was the resort we chose, and we just happened to be there that day, but we stayed at Port Orleans French Quarter, so that was really cool. It is the resort at Disney World that has the beignets. Also, why has no one made Mickey beignet stickers? If you know where to get a Mickey beignet sticker, like, please comment down below. And also, while you're commenting, let me know what your favorite Disney snack is, your favorite Disney treat. Mine is popcorn. I'm a popcorn girly. I love popcorn through and through. Disney popcorn is the absolute best. I miss it. I miss it already, just like I miss the smell of Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah. Also, this trip, it was the first time going to the Festival of the Arts at Epcot. And if you don't know, my minor was actually art in college. I love art history, everything to do with art. So just seeing all the artists, some of them there, it was just really cool. I really enjoyed that experience. And it was kind of like a good time to go to Festival of the Arts because it was at the tail end of it, and they were actually setting up for Flower and Garden, which I did go to the previous 2 years, and we got to see them set up for most of that, so we kind of got to experience Flower and Garden without really experiencing Flower and Garden this year, if you know what I mean. So that was really cool, and we actually got to help paint one of the murals, the paint by number murals, and it was like Vincent van Gogh inspired, which was cool. And then also, this actually happened the previous day while we were waiting for a show to start. We managed to score a reservation to Space 220, so we got to go to the new restaurant this day, and it is people asked me if it was worth it. And it is pricey, and I do think it is worth it. It is such an experience. You essentially check in, and then you get to board an elevator to go into space and have a meal in space. The cocktails are strong, so A+ on that. The food was really good. I definitely enjoyed my cauliflower that I got, and the mac and cheese was top tier. And then we got dessert, and the dessert was the best part. So, like, it was just a really cool experience. But it's kind of one of those things that I feel like once you do it once, you don't have to do it again. But it's worth experiencing. And then also we got to do, I'm just telling you stuff like kind of out of order and big stuff that might take up more time that I'm not going to have time to do during the day by day because we're going to be going quick. We did also one night go to an after hours event, which, you know, is an extra fee, and it was at Magic Kingdom, and it was definitely worth it. We walked right on every attraction pretty much, including Peter Pan, which, if you don't know, Peter Pan always has an oddly long line for that attraction, which is a shame because I adore Peter Pan the ride, which that was one of the attractions I accidentally left off. Like, how dare I? And it's just so short, and the line is so long that I rarely will actually wait for it. We did have to wait a little bit for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, but not bad at all. It was just a really, really fun experience that I would recommend. So let's get into this day by day, shall we? Starting Monday, February 13th, I marked my video going live. As we previously talked about, it is the wrong video, but in this plan with me, I put my 2022 favorites. Then this day, it was conveniently time for me to get my hair done, and it was the day before the trip, so how could I not? I got my hair cut and colored, and then I marked that my mom came in to town because she was going to be driving me to the airport the next morning, and then taking Lucy and Olivia with her to her house, which are my cat and dog. Also, these are the nails I put on this day, Monday the 13th, the ones I'm wearing in this clip of the video, at least, and they are from Red Aspen, which I am an affiliate with them, and I absolutely love them, so there's the link down below. And then this day, I also packed for Disney. And then Mom and I watched my 600-pound life, and then I realized I forgot to put in a weekly tracker for my steps, so I just snuck it in that bottom corner. Moving into Tuesday, as I mentioned, it was Valentine's Day, and it's also Natalie's birthday. And then I woke up early this morning and did my makeup, and then flew to Orlando to meet Jessica. This was the day that my gym got finished, so that bag is from RoseyPlans. You can use my code Rosey15 to save and to get my freebie. Then I met up with Jessica, and those are our really old Pumpkin Paper Co. character customs we did. Then, as I mentioned, we stayed at Port Orleans French Quarter, so I just thought this little girl was perfect. Then we went over to Disney Springs to do some shopping and hang out. We ended up getting Chicken Guy. I always want to call it Fry Guy, and I don't know why I always want to call it Fry Guy, but I do. And then we ended up going back to the hotel and eating there for dinner. We got some of the worst pizza I've ever had, and then the beignets, because they are amazing. Moving into Thursday, I did my makeup, and this day we went to Hollywood Studios, and the first two attractions we tried to ride were down, so I wanted to complain about it some. One of them they gave us like one of those fast passes for, so it all worked out well. And then I rode Tower of Terror. A lot of the ride stickers are from Creativity and Ink. And then I went on Rock and Roller Coaster because it was going to be down soon, and I heard they might be changing it, so I definitely wanted to ride it. Then we did Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway and got some breakfast at Woody's Lunchbox. Then we happened to run into Powerline Max, which is Goofy's son from one of the movies, and he was dressed up in his Powerline costume, which is a rare sight to see, so we stopped and actually took a photo with him. And then we went to see the Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular because I had never seen it. And then we went on Toy Story Midway Mania as we waited for our Lightning Lane for Slinky Dog. Oh, God, we do so much. I have to take a breath. Then we got some blue milk and decided to head over to Magic Kingdom. Usually, if I didn't mark it, we went back to the hotel and took a break. If we switch parks, we usually take a break midday and then change parks. And then we did Thunder Mountain Railroad because it's a classic and one of my favorite attractions of all time. Then we rode Pirates of the Caribbean. Also, you see that blank box at the bottom? There's a photo I want to print out that I'm going to put there. I just haven't printed it yet, so unfortunately you're not going to see it, but it's just a photo of Jessica and I from the trip that was shared on my Instagram stories. Then we ate at Crystal Palace as a walk-up, and it was magical and totally unlike the first time. It was really good, and I highly recommend it this time. And then we met Donald and Goofy because Jessica was Disney bounding as Donald, so we had to. Next, we went on the Little Mermaid attraction, and it's really cute. We actually waited kind of stupidly long for that this day, but I feel like all the lines were long, so it was kind of just like one of those things, but we did it anyways, and I love the queue. They definitely have the superior queue over California. Like Disney World's queue of the Little Mermaid wins hands down. Then we did Mickey's PhilharMagic, which I love, and ended the night with Haunted Mansion because it's amazing. And this is a close-up of the first half of the week. It is so shiny. Look at all that foil from Alicia Craft. I just, chef's kiss. It's amazing. It's just everything. Also, really quick, it was announced today, real time, that I am on Plan With Me stickers PR team, so you can now use code Rosey15 to save there as well. Moving into Thursday, the 16th, my Plan With Me for Ratatouille went up, which was oddly convenient because we went to Epcot this day. Spoiler alert. I did my makeup and then we ate breakfast at the hotel. We ate some Mickey waffles. They were not the best Mickey waffles I've had. They were like the quick service small ones and not like the bigger Mickey waffle, which I prefer, but it was an easy, quick breakfast and I could get some coffee. So then we went to Epcot and I marked that it was Festival of the Arts, and then we rode Journey into Figment, Your Imagination, whatever that ride is called with Figment. I adore the song in that ride. It just makes me happy. That ride just makes me happy. Then I rode Soarin' Over the World, and then I'm not sure what Living with the Land is what that one is for. I almost couldn't read it myself because my photo is so small. And then we rode Nemo, Nemo and whatever the Nemo ride is called, the Sea with Nemo and Friends, I believe. And then, like I mentioned, we did the paint by number on the Van Gogh painting that looked like Epcot, which I just am so happy that was the painting we got. And then we went to Space 220, like I mentioned, and that sticker is of Mission Space, which I will never ever ride, so I figured I would use it to mark this. Then I went on Guardians of the Galaxy, and it was one of the best roller coasters I've ever been on in my life. And I'm somebody that gets motion sickness. I was totally fine. I highly recommend it. It was, oh my gosh, I got Conga, in case you're wondering what song I got. Then we did Frozen Ever After. And it's just so cute. I hope they update the animatronic faces in that attraction soon, though. And then we did Ratatouille. Again, that was a bit of a wait, but we had nothing else to do. And then this was the night that we went to After Hours. So we started with Thunder Mountain, which seems to be a trend here. And then we went on Jungle Cruise. And we always seem to go on Jungle Cruise like when the fireworks start. I don't know why, but there it is. So the fireworks were on. And then we did Aladdin's Magic Carpets just for funsies because there was no line and why not. We went on Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion, and then where you see me put that fork and knife, that's going to be where I actually slide that extender in later for the rides I forgot. But we actually ate at Casey's Corner and we ate on the Hubgrass, which I'd never eaten on the Hubgrass before, and Casey's Corner fries sound so good right now. Then we went on the People Mover, which is a classic, and I love it. We did Buzz Lightyear, which Disneyland is so much better, and then we rode Space Mountain. And then on the extender that you're not going to see, we went on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and Peter Pan. Moving into Friday, I had to put in that it was payday because that's exciting, especially on vacation. I did my makeup and then we got Starbucks, and that cup is just so perfect for Disney. It was off of a Creativity and Ink freebie. This was the day that we did the Keys to the Kingdom tour, so I just thought this little crying fangirling stick with the Plan Co girl was way too perfect. And then on the tour we got a behind the scenes look at the Jungle Cruise, so I put that in. And then we got lunch at Pesco Bill's and it was good. I love their, especially if you're vegetarian, highly recommend. Then we went and talked some more about the park and walked around and stuff like that. And then we got a VIP ride of the Haunted Mansion and got to go to the Utilidors. Between the late night and then early morning, I was exhausted, so we went back to the hotel room and I took a nap, and it was glorious. Then we went to Epcot to go do a couple things that we didn't get to do when we were there before, like ride Spaceship Earth and the 3 Caballeros. And then Jessica got food at Regal Eagle to round out the night, and we were just so done, like so exhausted that night. Moving into the next day, we did something a bit different. I did my makeup, and then we went over to Universal Studios. Starting on the Universal Studios side of it, we rode the Minions ride and got Auntie Anne's, and then we went on Escape from Gringotts, which I love that attraction. I love the queue. It is so cute. I have an issue with Universal and a lot of the simulator rides there, but this day we'll talk about that. I already talked about how it was crowded, but it was just so crowded. Most of the waits for most of the attractions were 2 hours, so you'll see that we didn't do a ton. Then we went and got some butter beer because I'm basically addicted to it. And then we decided to ride the Hogwarts Express from King's Cross over to the Hogsmeade Station in Islands of Adventure. And that giant Hogwarts sticker is from the sticker party, and it is glorious, and I knew I had to save it for something special, and it was its time. Then I used the only Cat in the Hat themed sticker I had at the time, which was the Grinch, to mark going on this Dr. Seuss ride. It wasn't like the simulator one. It was kind of like the People Mover. I can't think of the name of it. And then I just complained that it was just so crowded and I was losing my mind. We got some Cinnabons, and then I lived out a childhood dream of going on the Hulk coaster, and it was another top tier coaster, one of the best roller coasters I've been on. We went to Honeydukes, and then we rode the Hogwarts Express back to the King's Cross station because it is a different ride both ways, so we wanted to do that. We ended up going to the Disney Outlet and then getting Wetzel Pretzel because we wanted to compare it to Auntie Anne's, and Jessica had never had it. I think Wetzel is superior, but to each his own. Moving into Sunday, I did my makeup, and then I marked that it was the Daytona 500 because I'm a big NASCAR fan, and that's the start of our season, and it's obviously a big race. I feel like even non-NASCAR fans know that race. I had to say NASCAR really weird there. Then we went to Animal Kingdom, which is my personal favorite park, and we started the day with Kilimanjaro Safaris, which I adore. It's the first thing every time I go there. Forget Avatar, it's Kilimanjaro Safaris. Then we did Gorilla Falls and saw the meerkats. We stopped and had breakfast at Yak and Yeti. We were going to do Expedition Everest, but the line was at 90 minutes, and there was no, fast passes, so... Then we stopped and saw my favorite gibbons. They're primates. They're not monkeys. They're my absolute favorite. And then we did dinosaur... And we met Chip and Dale because we were Disney bounding those days. And then we went and got a beverage at Pongu Pongu. Or was that the beverage name? Either way, it was in Avatar Land. And we were exiting the park and ran into Divine. I also took a nap this day. And then we went to Magic Kingdom and rode the Walt Disney Railroad because it was back and operational, and it hasn't been in the past couple years since I've been to the parks. Then we got popcorn for the first time, and oh my god, it was lovely, and rode Carousel of Progress, which is, that attraction just makes me happy. And then once again, we hopped on Thunder Mountain because we are addicts. Between that and the Haunted Mansion, which is what we rode next, we just adored both of those attractions. And then we decided to go on It's a Small World and The Great Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, just because the lines weren't that bad and we hadn't gone on them yet. And that rounds out the beginning of our Disney trip. We only had, I think, 1 day left after this on the next week, but this is like the trip, This is the up close of the second half of the week. And just to compare for you all how busy this week was compared to a normal week. Normally the footage of me putting in my scripts for a week is 7 to 8 minutes. This week it was 25 minutes. I've obviously sped that up and edited stuff out, so it's not that long currently, but yeah. That should just tell you how bonkers long this spread is. But it was such a fun week, and I'm so happy to be back doing Plan With Me's. And don't forget to let me know your favorite Disney snack down below. Also, Randy, these scripts are phenomenal. Thank you so much for foiling them for me. If you notice a gap in me putting these down, like one of them takes longer, it's actually because Randy had shifted some of them around to make them fit on the sheets better, which I told her she could. It was totally fine, but I was like searching for where that script had moved to. And it's always nerve-wracking getting scripts done like this because my biggest fear is forgetting a script and like just one script and not being able to foil it or have it foiled or have to get a whole sheet foiled just because that one script was missing. And thank you, Randy, for adding in Peter Pan and Mine Train for me because I am forgetful and left those off. But you could see that little extender hack there. You'll see it more in the zoom in of the total spread, but yeah. Just so many things happened, so many Disney stickers. This spread just makes my heart happy. I love being able to use Disney stickers. There's just something that they just make me smile. I don't know. There's just, my inner child loves them, and they just make me happy. And looking back on vacation spreads especially, there's just so many memories attached to them and so many more things I could have talked to you all about this trip. It was just so special to get to go on another trip with my best friend and check some things off of our Disney bucket list. She also did draw a bunch of Disney Wishables that are live in Carly's shop. Jessica did, so make sure you check them out because there's a bunch of like Disney stickers for like the Country Bear Jamboree and like other attractions that you don't normally see stickers for in movies, so definitely check those out. I just can't get over how many extenders are in this spread. I didn't actually count, but it is an excessive amount. I mean, look at that. There were no full boxes just then on this spread. Oh my gosh, that is nuts. If you've made it this far, like, cheers to you. Let me know your favorite Disney character, your favorite animated Disney character in the description box. If you made it to the very end, it'll be like our fun little Easter egg secret. If you are struggling, just know that you are not alone. My DMs on Instagram are always open for you, and you are worthy, you are beautiful, you are amazing. My Instagram is RoseyPlans, like it is here. If you haven't, I'm really, really, really trying to hit 1,000 friends here on my channel. Please click that red subscribe button down below. Again, I'll have any discount codes or anything in the description box. If you have any questions, just please feel free to ask. I can't thank you enough for watching this video and being patient with me as I waited for my scripts and being able to finish this. These spreads take so long and take so much brain power to do. It is mind-boggling, but I'm so happy to be able to have spread 1 done, so make sure you stick around to see the second spread of the trip. It's a really old kit drawn by J. Crew Plans. Well, that's hard to say. Drawn by J. Crew Plans, and you won't want to miss it. It is so cute. It is a classic. And then we'll be back to regularly scheduled Plan With Me's. That's it. I can't talk anymore. You all have a wonderful day, afternoon, evening. I'll see you later. Bye.